Hello, my name is Mercy. I'll be reviewing your thing. I got many hours in Mercy. I don't play comp much, but I'm around like Diamond Master-ish range. I'm just waking up. I apologize if I fumble with my words.
3, 2, 1. Round 1.
I'll be
Capture
watching
the objective.
I've already watched this, by the way, so I'm gonna comment as we go. First off here, I would have damage boost on Drew, as we do switch to Drew after a moment, but having it on them from the start will really help the engaging factor. Like, any of the shots that we did damage boost, if we damage boosted, say, like one more, do you think that one more could have killed the enemy and given us a 5v6? So we're on Diva right now. That's not good.
damage increase.
They get off around 3 shots before you start damage boosting. This is another thing I need to talk about. 1, we're staring into a wall. 2, we're not behind cover. This is cover. 3, what I mean by we're not behind cover is we have this sightline right here. Oh, hey, that's a monkey. As well as that sightline right there. And we're not really checking it. So we need to look left and right often. Also, being here, we will have this cover to duck behind if they start shooting at us, but we will also be able to connect with our beam to any of our allies that are getting hurt. Speaking of which, our Winston's getting fucked up. Now that we have our full attention on Winston, we're just tunnel visioning him, and we're not taking a look at our team. Our Winston just got discorded. Our Winston just got stunned.
I could use some assistance.
Our Winston is
Damage
dead.
amplified.
It is correct for us right now to be damage boosting Drew and then flying to them, because there is a mini over here that we can get our health back from. There's also a mini behind us, but there's no one to fly to, and then Winston would just kill us. Yeah, that's fine. We didn't really need the healing. Alright, right here. We have 2 allies that are roughly about the same percent in HP. Technically, Diva's lower, but overall HP, the healer has less. I would say it's correct to top them off because they are so close, and the armor will help. Plus, they're next to cover, and then immediately switch to Cherry while they're mid-flight. Right there. I'm gonna back this up just for a moment. Right here, Cherry goes critical. Now that this one, English, now that Brig is topped off, we should immediately switch to Cherry and then possibly also fly to Cherry because the Winston's looking at us and might engage a jump. Question mark. Why are we looking over here? Okay, Cherry's still half health.
The objective is
okay, right here we need to connect to Cherry and stay on them for a second. They are outputting a lot of good damage, so that was a correct move to switch to damage, but then we need to go back to Cherry.
Thank you.
There we go. Top Cherry off. They really can't engage without full HP. Like, if they try and dive in less than that, they will get knocked. And Cherry is still not topped off. Like, we're missing this. So we need to be more aware of health bars. Remembering who's taking damage as well as listening for damage. Sound is a big thing. Okay, so we have our Brig that just kind of ran in alone. Cherry's also taking damage, but Brig just literally died over there. I think we watched her run in, so we could have noticed. Right here. Could have gotten saved her, potentially. I think they did get hooked and then, like, Reaper shot, so. Alright, over here we need to check on right, good. No, that's Reaper. I would super jump That is just really bad reaction time. You need to up that. Right here, this is an escape. I would probably super jump and get out, or he's critical. This is fine. I would get a little bit further back because they still, I believe, have more people. That's too dangerous, and Res don't take that.
I could use some assistance. Ich bin da. Powered up. Get me.
Your Ash is further up. Or, I mean, sorry, you are further up than your Ash. That should be the other way around. Like, you are too close right now. Your beam is between 15 and 18 meters, depending upon how you want to, like, flex around it, but, you know, and more, depending upon. So, you don't have to be at this, like, melee range. Also, Diva is asking for help right now. We need to do a head check on her. You say creep up, but where is she? She might just be behind you. Let's check. Yeah. You need to look around a little bit more. Let's see what happened here.
Everybody come over here.
This is a sticky situation. I would fly. You know, you can actually fly against a hoggle. You had your flight up, and the only reason I might suggest this is because realistically there's a couple options. Hoggle starts ulting you here, and you fly into this fuck mess, and potentially Lucio's passive healing helps save you, or you just get pushed over to their team. We take option 2. Okay, looks like that's just a normal cleanup. Let's put this back into normal.
A speedy recovery.
reporting for duty.
This is good. You're behind cover on the right. Distance. There's no reason to distance yourself. We're not checking to our left. Our right is, this is questionable. We're at a loss right now. But, oh yeah, it's 95%. That's fine.
Taking the objective.
Here's one thing: is you should beam connect to people, especially the diva on your bottom right. Yeah. Okay. There we go. We
Hello
can
there.
stay connected to the diva.
I'm not a miracle worker.
Gonna make you feel better.
I'm not a
See
miracle
the diva.
worker. Not all.
Holy shit! Wow. Yeah, you need to pay more attention to health bars. And, like, stuff like that. Where your allies are. So more head checks, more paying attention to sound, more paying attention to the health bars above people's heads. This is a really dangerous res. There's a hog behind you. This is also dangerous. You can pick this up.
Visor activated.
I will not waste this opportunity.
Okay, everyone goes to fuck off on that side over there. We got a Winston and a sorry, we just got a Reaper now.
Damage engaged.
I don't like
Let's get you back
how
out there.
we are not paying attention to the actual fight after the Reaper, like, reloaded and was ready to volley more shots into our allies. Our Ryan is discorded as well, and we're just not paying attention to the fight. That could actually one-hit kill him if Reaper decided to just walk straight up to him and headshot him. I'm fairly sure maybe with a discord, at least it would get him to about here. I'll super jump. Yeah, this is the really fucking sketchy res that I don't like. Like, I think Lucio saves you here. Nope, Hog just fucks up. Yeah, You need to pay attention to sound so that shit doesn't actually happen in higher ranks. If that was higher ranks, you'd be dead. This is also kind of bad. We start chasing here, but what we really need to do... Okay, notice that our soldier is escaping right now. He's gonna get around right. He might have his health. I know there's a mini on the other side. And Reaper, while he could Wraith over here, is not his best option in his own health interest. Plus, there's a tank for him to chew on. So what we should do is stay right... We should stay right here. So we can beam our Rhine, and then come around and beam our soldier if they decide to run this way instead of taking the mini, or instead of healing themselves up. Let's actually see how this turns. Yeah, they're bullying him pretty hard. I was a little worried about the hog, but it seems it's fine. This is not advantageous for us at all, though. We should have been there.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Got you in my sights.
So, also our soldier just ulted. We could have damage boosted that. Granted, it didn't really get much, like, get much of anything, but, you know, we're there for our team. That's what Mercy's about. So our entire team's surviving off of boosting heals right now, and it's me. And they got about...
It's high tide. Draw.
I'm gonna go back a little bit and see if there's any up to this point.
We still need you.
I don't think there will be, because it should just be me running back to spawn. Skip ahead 5 seconds.
I need help. Good as new. Affirmative.
Okay, we got a couple things to recap after this ends.
It's high tide.
Let's get you back out there.
Super jump that, as progress. I know that was like, couldn't really do anything because Ram was ending why not, so okie dokie.
Immer unterbricht mich jemand bei der
So.
Arbeit.
These are the things that you need to work on. Your reaction time and attention to ally health bars, and how you prioritize ally health bars. Those are large things. Keep your eyes kind of like focused on the bars that are above your ally's head. Like that should be the first thing your eyes are looking for when you sweep over an area. Second is you need to check left and right instead of just like tunnel visioning center, for allies and for enemies. If you have a headset, use sound to your advantage. It is the most important part of Mercy Kit. I cannot explain to you how many times sound has saved me, just because someone has tried to sneak up on me, and I know they're there. I had to reiterate that you really need to pay attention to team health. There was multiple times that Diva was low and you just straight ignored her. Maybe you thought she was memeing on you, but no, you were just unfortunately unaware. And the other thing is positioning without thinking. Your flight is not just there to kind of move fast and jitter from left to right. Use it to go from cover to cover. That's the biggest thing. Try not to let your flight end when you're outside of cover. Have your position your flight so at the end of your flight you navigate into cover. If you will start a flight and you realize you're gonna end in the middle of the street in like full line of sight of everyone of the enemy team, just cancel your flight. Like, yeah. Okay, last thing, you need to learn how to super jump. Because there's many times that you could have escaped easier. You could have juked ground enemies that would have had to expend a mobility in order to reach you, or just straight up gone out of their range, and I don't. I mean, I might have seen a super jump, but I don't think I saw them enough for me to even. Yeah. Now, two super jump. I don't know for it on console, but I believe it should be the same mechanic. Is you start standing, then go you press your crouch then your flight simultaneously, except crouch has to be pressed first. What I do is I run my finger over both keys at the same time, but I just have my finger tilted so one of them is pressed first, and by simultaneously the actual um, spacing of it is about 0.1 milliseconds or so to 0.2 to 3 milliseconds. It's fast. Another thing is you cannot start crouched. There's something I see a lot of Mercies trying to do is they think crouched flight means you start crouched and then you go into a flight. No, that will fail. You have to have it like crouch fly, like that fast. And then if you do it correctly, you will go into a lower horizontal flight than normal. It will feel like, well, actually, it will look like you are closer to the ground because you literally are. And at the end of your flight, there will be an upward arc or a curve. You will slow down upon approaching it, and once you start going into this upward arc, at the 90-degree, once it changes into a vertical line at like the uh, once it goes from a horizontal into the arc into a perfect straight up and down line, at that moment your flight will fail, as in it will just turn off. You will arrive at your destination. However, if you press the spacebar just before that moment, you will launch yourself into the air as you have activated a Guardian Angel boost while your flight is going upwards, because it is now vertical in the arc. If you want to go more straight than up, you go part way into the arc. So you get a little bit of up and a little bit of forward. That's how you do super jumps. I would suggest practicing that on a training range, as well as using Neandra's code. I will link it. And I want you to hit 10 super jumps in a row without fail before you can consider yourself done with learning how to super jump. Okay, I think that's about it. You're free to contact me anytime if you have questions. Um, oh, something I cover in another video that I posted is the L position. Um, I would like you to review the other video to get an idea of what that L position is. That will help you a lot. That's for staying safe, staying effective. Alright, that's been it.